Hi guys, so I'm back and here's the video that I was talking about this whole time with Stellarium, and I'm gonna be explaining as to why I believe we are gonna have a high watch for the Rapture between October 17th and November 11th. And as you guys can see, I have some pictures already there that I'm gonna show you guys and kind of walk through with you guys as to why, based off of my dreams and visions and confirmations from left to right, as to why I'm at the point I am right now at. Like I said, I have new visions also in here, along with a new timeline and visions and dreams with pictures that I recreated, so that we can help and see and help visualize the bigger picture here and what the Lord has shown me. So we're gonna just start. Alright, so I got this timeline now based on my dreams and visions. As you guys can see, I just wanted to put this in here now, but I will walk through with you guys as to how I came up with this. Okay? Along with Man-Child Ministries video, but like I said, I'm gonna do that with you guys. And I just want to say one more thing. Man-Child Ministries can explain as to why he believes tabernacles will be during the blood moon, which would be November 8th, 9-ish, right? He can explain that biblical, okay? So that's why I really encourage you guys to watch him and his video, but we're gonna go look into that further hereafter. And based off of my dreams and visions as to why I am getting the same results. But I just wanted to show you guys my timeline now based off of my dreams and visions as to why I think we might have had our timelines wrong this whole time. And I believe we could be raptured anytime between the 25th, well, the 17th of October going into the 11th of November. But I have the same timeline at the end. I'm going to walk you guys through this now, okay? Alright, like I said, visions decoded from Man-Child Ministries. I highly recommend you guys actually watch his video first so that, like, these next few slides I'm going to show you will also make more sense. And like I said, he can biblically point out as to why he thinks Feast of Tabernacles will be on the November 8th, 9-ish, on the blood moon, like the true one, which I am agreeing on with him, based off of the dreams and visions that I have had, because I'm landing on the same days. And so like I said, here is Man-Child Ministries. Guys, please check him out. He decoded the dreams that I had in this video. That's why I put it here in the corner. This is just so significant. You can definitely see this is all God's doing. And like I said, I highly recommend you guys. Please, please, please watch this. This is just absolutely amazing. And this is all God's doing. I'm gonna point now on from Man-Child Ministries video here how he's explaining what's happening in the sky, that it's actually happening right now, at just like how my dreams and visions were, and that they're happening right now in this time period. But there's just so much more, and I just took a few clips out now here and there to help you guys visualize, to see as to where I'm standing at, because also his video also confirmed to me a lot of things as well. So it's just amazing, you guys. I'm gonna start playing it if I can find it.
That kind of points us in the right direction, and I think her sister nailed it when she did research on a black and blue butterfly having to do with traditions of Christian weddings. So it gets me thinking and imagining that it represents a group of people that belong to the bride company. In other words, this is the bride of Christ. She has come out of her cocoon, she is finally transformed, and now she's doing something both in front of the solar eclipse and behind, or after this solar eclipse. Well, what else is in front or before this solar eclipse? Well, that would be that crescent moon she saw and those four evenly spaced in a straight alignment wandering stars, or those four planets. And I'm assuming that the first thing she saw in that first vision, which was that ball of light shooting up from the horizon, that red and white ball of light exploding, that event is also before that solar eclipse. And just a quick note, there are two solar eclipses next year, but none of them present themselves as I have shown you, producing that shimmer or ring of light starting in the upper left-hand corner, swinging down counterclockwise, and then swinging up to the upper right-hand corner. Those two solar eclipses of 2023 don't present that, nor are there four evenly spaced wandering stars a week or two before either of those two solar eclipses. So those solar eclipses of 2023 are quickly disqualified. The solar eclipse she saw, in my opinion, based on everything I've researched in Stellarium, is this solar eclipse of October 25th, as demonstrated by what that solar eclipse presented as far as that shimmer of light and those four evenly spaced wandering stars in chorus with that orangish yellowish crescent moon that comes into that phase on October 17th of this year. So let me paint you a scenario.
So that was that. That is pretty significant, you guys. This is actually happening in the sky. Okay, this is actually happening in the sky. And like I said, I mean, this is just amazing. Just really wanted to share that with you guys, because when I saw Manchild Ministry move the moon like that with the solar eclipse, that is exactly what I saw in my dream when I was moving my head left to the right until I saw the bride as the whole moon, right? But I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. Here's now another video from him that I just love, because I didn't even realize that the snow and hail was also in Job 38, just as of how it is talking about Orion. I mean, this is just amazing, you guys. Like, confirmations left to right, you guys. I'm going to play this now.
Cooler thing about the passage that's talking about this snow of judgment, that being Job 38, is that there are only 3 verses in the entire Bible where God actually names a constellation by name. And one of those chapters is Job 38. He calls out the constellation Orion. And the right shoulder of the constellation Orion is Betelgeuse. How's that for a coincidence? Job 38:31. Can you bind the sweet influence of the Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? I mean, there are almost 1,200 chapters in the Bible, 929 of which are in the Old Testament. And here she's dialoguing of one of the 3 chapters in the Old Testament where God names Orion by name. And what is one of the main players in this video that you're listening to? Betelgeuse.
All right, you guys heard what I heard, right? And there was a read along as well. So everything is lining up. Everything is just lining up around the same time period. I mean, we can't even deny anything of that anymore. I didn't even know that with Orion, and then I made more research on it, and what I found out with Orion, I mean, it's just like the confirmations are just like adding up non-stop. And what a coincidence, the Orion, that is the hunter. I mean, another confirmation, the hunter, right? I mean, I just think this is just so amazing. Now here, I want to talk about the Orionide, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the meteor shower, which is also happening in October 2022, and it goes from October to November, towards like the beginning of November. And I just have to state this out here because I was first looking at the Dragonite meteor shower, but then I had a dream that there were 2 people there, and I know the Dragonite meteor shower was happening and they wanted to go there. And I also wanted to go there, but they didn't invite me to go see it. So, and then the dream was like over. And now I know why, because the Lord didn't mean the Dragonite meteor shower. He meant a different one. So now I'm looking into this one, and he hasn't sent me anything yet that discludes this meteor shower. As of how he did with the Dragonite one, he clearly told me it's not gonna be the Dragonite one, right? So, but he hasn't done that yet with this one. So we might be on the right track here this time, okay? So here we have the overnight meteor shower. The highest peak is gonna be on the 20th to 22nd, and I also have a video here. We can clearly see that the meteor shower happening here, even though like I have it for the 17th of October, okay? So this is like a live video now. And as we can see, Beetlejuice was also here, okay? Which I just find everything, this is just all coming to place now. Now, I also, just to show you guys something, I had last night a vision. I had two of them, and they were both the same thing. And what I saw was a green ball, but it looked like a shooting star, okay? And I didn't understand what I saw last night until I was making this PowerPoint, and then like I know now what I saw. And the Lord was confirming me that, and he sent that last night to me because it was time to make this video for you guys, because this is just absolutely lining up. But we have Oronite, and it says right here they're every year in October. So like it's October, you guys, usually peaking around October 21st. As it peaks up to 20 meteors are visible every hour. There are the second meteor shower of the month, the Dragonoids. Like I said, they were already around the 7th and the 8th, and the one thereafter is then the beginning of the Orionite meteor shower. Okay, and it's created by Comet Halley. And I'm like, at this point when I read that, I was like, a light bulb went in my head off. And I remember from school that like comets had like this green tint to them. I just remembered that, and it just like went click in my head. And then I knew what the Lord was showing me with this green ball. And this is the vision I saw. So this is the absolute newest vision. This was from 15th of October, so last night, 2022 at night. Okay, so I saw this green October, like I saw this green ball, and it was greener than this. I just showed this now because it's moving, so you guys can see it. But it was greener than that, and it looked like that. And that to me was like the biggest confirmation. And this is like that meteor shower is caused by, it's created from this comet. And I just thought this was just so interesting, and I had to share this because I saw it in a vision twice from the Lord last night. And when I went on to this, when I went to this and I saw created by a comet, I was immediately like the light bulbs went off. They just did. So this is like the color I saw, okay? So I just wanted to make sure to 100% if comets, like if they're green, because I had that thought in my mind. And look what comes up, a big fat yes. Comets can appear green because of the chemistry of the gases vented by the comet. When a comet nears the sun, ice on the comet's surface sublimes, forming a halo of gas known as the coma. The solar wind pushes some of the gas away from the comet, causing it to stream out as a long tail. You guys, this is exactly what the Lord showed me. He showed me that, and it had a tail behind it, and everything was green. So just like this, and there was a tail. So I'm just like, I know now to 100% that the Lord showed me a comment last night. And I just can't believe this came out. I can't believe that that is what he was showing me. And that this comet, a comet creates this meteor shower that just happens to be in Orion. I mean, you guys, this is just all lining up. This is just absolutely lining up for the times that we're in right now, between October 17th to I want to say October 17th, and we're looking all the way up to November 11th. With everything, all the visions, I mean, complete the whole package here, okay? So now, again, Orion the Hunter, this all here, just like how Man-Child Ministry also thinks that this explosion here, because like I told you guys, it was an explosion of light, okay? I didn't see no fire. To me, it was definitely a light explosion, okay? And now it was this star that is in Orion is called Betelgeuse, and it is that color. It's a reddish color, right? Orange red. And now my question is, in this vision here, could have this been Betelgeuse that the Lord was maybe trying to show me and to everybody? So just something I really wanted to point out. Now, again, through Man-Child's Ministries video, I mean, I could have never found this out by myself, you guys. And the Lord knew that, and He had to bring in Man-Child Ministries so that His word can just go out. And because I could have never done this by myself, the Lord knew that. And this is why, guys, please look at His video. I honestly encourage you guys to look at His video first before you guys look at this one, because then this one will make more sense, and He can explain it also biblical as to everything of how everything's happening. I'm explaining it to you guys, especially what the dreams and visions that the Lord showed me directly from God. So I just like, wow, like this is just amazing. And this is the vision I had, you guys. 4 stars, which I found out is actually planets, because they were definitely bigger than the stars behind me, behind the background, right? So they're planets. And around October 18th, 17th, they are aligning. There are 4 planets aligning perfectly apart from each other, you guys, around this time period. I mean, that is insane. Like, and then my question is, could this be this planet alignment starting October 17th, 18th that I saw in my vision? Starting again around the same time. Now the vision, could this mean, because I saw this after those alignment, right? I saw this vision happening after the alignment. Could this mean that the rapture, that the Lord was just trying to tell us that the rapture could happen anytime after those planets align? At any time period, as if like this is like the beginning of all things that are about to happen, right? I mean, these are just like train of thoughts now. This is fact. These visions are fact. This is a train of thought, okay? So that was that. All right, so now with this comet, and I saw this shooting star from the Lord's hand, right? Starting from the left, going to the, starting from the right, going to the left. Like I said, this is fact. This came from God. Now my question is, could this be the comet Halley? Also including my the newest vision here now, right? That I had last night. And another thing I want to point out now, and this was years ago. I had a dream where a green ball, it was like a green bouncing ball, like a kickball, and it flew down from heaven, and it was green in color, and it had the number 8 on it, okay? So now my thought is this the comet maybe that the Lord was talking to me about basically a few years back, that I didn't even know that would be a comet, but it was a green ball with the number 8 on it. And we would be in that time period in the Hebrew calendar month of the 8th, right? And I also saw the black book with the number 8 on it. So you guys, this is just absolutely lining up. This is just absolutely lining up what we're seeing during this time period. Now, this vision, the last one I had, This was the last vision I had. This moon right here is during this week. Okay, we can definitely see this. Could this be the beginning of the wonders in heaven before the rapture? Right? Like, this is a train of thought. This is fact. This vision is fact. This is a train of thought. And I put an arrow here because it's starting in this week. Could this already be like the beginning, right? And again, like, here's the meteor shower. Its highest peak is gonna be, like I saw before, I believe the 20th to the 21st. I mean, you guys look at the moon. It looks like it. It's just kind of strange. It just really looks like it. And to be honest, here's now another train of thought. What if, right? Just what if the star actually does explode? And during this meteor shower, and then we're gonna have like these meteors basically coming down to Earth, right? Because now I had this, one of my new visions. I saw like stars coming down, as in like shooting stars coming down, which I believe though are meteors, because in that vision I immediately thought of a meteor shower, and that was one of the new visions that I haven't gotten to yet to show to you guys. But I will, and I will re-mention this now. I just wanted to point that out, okay? This week, again, my vision has this moon for this week. So everything is lining up. Now, here are the visions that I wanted to share with you guys, because I made pictures now to recreate the visions that I had from the dream. What I saw in the dream, including the two visions that were in the dream, okay? Coming from this video now, okay? From this video, so that what I said in this video makes more sense, because these visions are just absolutely significant, guys, and this is all happening in the sky, and this all led me to this timeline, and I mean, this is all God's doing. Okay, let's start. So I was in the bathroom, like I said in my dream, okay? So after the Lord already took my mom, and I believe, well, I know now the interpretation of it. He put me to the side, and he came to me, right? And then he went back in the air. We were always in the air, and he then grabbed my mother. But then I had to go back, and he was telling me, I am with you. It's just something you have to see one more thing. You still have to see something that I'm going to show you. And it was so, because after the rapture part happened, when my mom got caught up with him, right, to the Lord, and it was in the air, you guys, okay? So my mother was caught up to the Lord, we were in the air. I just had to go on the side I had to see something again. And that confirms to me, because when I did go back, everyone was gone, and the room that I went back to had a pair of sunglasses in there. So I knew I had to grab my sunglasses that I forgot to leave behind. So that was the Lord telling me, you still have to see something that I'm going to show you now. So then I went into the bathroom, and then that's when everything happened, okay? In this dream now. So then I was in the bathroom, and the lights were out because it was dark in the bathroom, and I then saw a round mirror like this, okay? Then I looked into the mirror and saw this as it would be behind me. So like, if you're looking at a mirror, you're also seeing what's behind you, right? So I saw this exact thing, okay? The picture that I took on the sky that one day, which is also big confirmations, which I'll show you later on in this video. As long as with this right underneath, which I believe this is Jupiter, you guys, because this is what it looked like. I really truly believe that this is Jupiter, but this is what I saw in the mirror, and it's also what I saw in the dream, in the beginning of the dream. So like I said, you guys are gonna have to look at the video that I'm explaining from the beginning of the dream, but I'm showing now what I saw in the mirror, okay? The third part, then I saw the first vision in my dream, and the vision, I saw this crescent from the left, bottom left, okay? It was a vision. It came into a vision, and it was bright. Then I saw the new moon as its whole, okay? Like a whole black ball, but I knew it was a moon because it had a dark shade onto it. And it moved the same direction as how I moved my head, and this happened twice, you guys. So when I moved my head to the right, it moved with my head, okay? And I moved it all the way to the left until you could see no more. You could absolutely not see the light anymore. So when it became as its whole and the light disappeared, as in this now, okay? I didn't see this. This is why I said simultaneously, and I highlighted this. I didn't see the moon alone, okay? I just showed this now to you guys to tell you guys that the moon was this shade. It was dark. It had like a shadow on it, okay? But this is what I saw. So after this became a hole and you didn't see a light anymore, it immediately was this. I saw the moon, this, and I saw the bride like this. It was a cartoon bride with a white wedding dress on, and I saw this in the moon. So once I moved my head more to the left, to the point there was no more crescent to see, that is when the bride showed up simultaneously up, okay? So I only showed this now to show you guys this was the shade of the moon. But as soon as this light was gone, as soon as this ball became whole, the bride showed up. Okay? And this happened twice. So from here to here, okay? I saw this twice. That's why I put 2x here. I saw this twice, as in the Lord was really wanted me to see what was happening. So that is what it is, okay? Then after that, I saw a vision, okay? So the moon disappeared. It disappeared, and I saw a vision of this orange tint moon, as bright as how it is right now here, okay? So this is exactly what I saw, and it came in as a vision. Then after that, that's when I saw everything red. The room itself and the mirror became dark red with a red fog, and in the middle was like a cartoon witch, and it looked like a costume, you guys. It looked like a costume. And it appeared with a red dress, and her face was a dark green. So this is the best I could have done in recreating this, but this is what I saw, okay? And I believe this is pointing out to tribulation. This is tribulation time, you guys, okay? Another point of view, October, Halloween. I mean, there's witches, sorcerers going on, right? We could look at it like that too, which is also during falling into this timeline, right? But I saw that after that. So now I'm going to be showing you guys the new visions that I got that I haven't shared with you guys yet, because I wanted to put them in here for you guys to see right away. So the first vision I had, so these visions I had after that video, okay? The first thing I saw in the vision was as a temple from Jerusalem. Like the walls looked like this. I saw it like this. I saw like that bridge, like this wall, and I saw that building looking like this. And the building was very bright. It had a light to it, just like I really tried recreating it as of how I saw it. I think I did pretty good job. This is almost exactly how I saw it. And I saw a red roof also with light. It was also very bright. It had a light onto it, and it had a red roof on top of it, just like this, you guys, like a triangle. This is the first vision I saw that I haven't shared with you guys yet, because I was waiting to put it in here for you guys to just visually see it right away, what I'm seeing. Now the second vision, I saw what looked like shooting stars coming down, as if I was laying now on the floor and I'm looking up at the sky and I'm seeing stars coming down. That's the perspective that I was in. But they weren't blue now, they were white, okay? They were white in color, and they were coming down like how I'm showing you guys here now. It reminded me immediately when I saw the vision, it reminded me of a meteor shower. I don't know why, but like I said, during that vision, I was thinking of a meteor shower. So the third vision I saw, and I saw this twice, okay? I saw this twice, and this ball, it moved like that. Okay, so I saw that action, I saw twice. So that black ball went in, I saw the crescent again, bottom left, and I saw this ball doing that. Oh, let me go back, you guys. That was way too quick. I saw this ball. Sorry, you guys. Technical difficulties. I saw this ball moving in like that, okay? So like that was that, how I showed you guys. And it happened twice. This ball moved from here and then it went back in here. I don't know why it doesn't do it the second time now, but at least it did it the first time for you guys to see. And like again, I saw this twice. So that was like the Lord confirming me, like there's something up with this crescent moon. There's definitely something here. He's just keeps on confirming me this eclipse, just like abundantly confirming it to me. Now here's the timeline based off of my visions and dreams part. All right, like I said again, Man-Child Ministries, I got this picture now from him because I just love it. But like I said again, like here is this eclipse that's happening, the solar eclipse, right? And this is going to be in the 25th and 26th. Now I want you guys to see these pictures. These are facts. I saw this as a vision from the first part of the video that I just showed you guys, right? So the first video for the first visions, from the beginning of this video, this was the second vision that I saw. And we had, again, I put my Man-Child Ministries also here because he was decoding those dreams, those visions that I saw. And this was the second vision that I saw, was the solar eclipse. And it's exactly like how he said too. Okay, I saw the butterfly here and it flew in and then it flew back out from behind and then the eclipse went away, but the butterfly was still there, as in like it was slowly fading away. So could this be, let's just say this could be the true day of Feast of Trumpets, which would be October 25th, 26th. Wouldn't that be a sliver, you guys, right? I mean, wouldn't that be a sliver? Just saying, like, if this is how I'm seeing it as now, like, wouldn't that be a sliver? But anyway, I saw this, and could it mean that after this eclipse, so either we're going on here, because I saw the bride in the new moon pop up, right? But another way to see it as could be, because the butterfly flew back out, maybe we have to wait a few more days because it was slowly fading away, as in it went in and then it came out, as in like it's still here for a little bit. Could also be like that. We can look at it both ways. It flew in, Rapture, or as in like it flew back out, because we're still gonna be here for just a little bit, but not for too long after this eclipse. So I'm looking at it as both ways now. Like I said, I don't know the day and the hour, you guys. I'm just sharing now what the Lord has shared with me, and these dreams and visions, I mean, everything I'm seeing is happening in the sky. No one can deny that. Like, this is happening in the sky, and the Lord showed it to me. And it's just, we can't even deny that. So that's why I'm saying there's a high watch between now and till the 11th of the November that we can look at. So now, okay, so after that, okay, after this, after I'm thinking Feast of Trumpets, now I'm thinking, okay, why did the Lord show this to me in a mirror? And then immediately I thought a concave reflection. And I show this, guys, now to you here because at work, it's actually really funny because at work, I make plans. I create plans. And I use AutoCAD, so then I have to use this option of mirroring something, and that's why that is why that idea popped in my head. It is as in like a mirror, and could it be a concave reflection, because at work I have to use this option to draw sometimes. So then immediately I'm like, okay, I'm thinking this, and I show pictures now with you guys. As we can see, this is a concave, so that you guys can see it's a reflection. So how this side looks like, it's mirrored to this side, okay? It's the same thing, but it's just like flipped, right? So I'm thinking this now with this mirror, because he showed it to me through a mirror. Now we're going back here, because this is absolutely insane, you guys. This video, if you guys look at it, the Lord showed me in the timeline here from school. This is a school app. And now I'm thinking here, okay, we're having this moon with the bride of Christ's flower, which would be the Sharon, right? Here we have a rapture and all the waves that are going to be coming, okay? Like as in like the flood. Noah's flood, all these waves. And the Lord signed this. J and C. He signed it. Jesus Christ. He signed it. JC. And it's highlighted. So, I mean, you guys, this is definitely from God. Now I'm thinking, because of this concave reflection from the mirror, I'm thinking now, if this moon lands on Day of Atonement, which I'm already thinking here now from all of this, then that would be insane. And you guys, guess what? It does. And here is why. Feast of Trumpets, and I'm putting question marks on there because this is a train of thought. This is fact. This is train of thought. I'm adding up the days. Feast of Trumpets, October 25th, 26th. If you add 10 days, you come to November 4th and 5th. Could this be the true day of Yom Kippur? Could this be the true Day of Atonement, right? So I'm already thinking like this. Okay, so plus 10 days from November 4th and 5th. Now I'm going back. I'm just keep on thinking on this moon. And here it comes, you guys. On the Day of Atonement, then, if this is the true Day of Atonement, on November 4th and 5th, this moon is exactly the same moon, you guys, for the Day of Atonement. 4 and the 5th. It's the same moon the Lord showed me here. You guys, like, I don't know what's happening, but this is definitely the Lord's doing, and it's all coming now together with these puzzle pieces. I mean, wow. If this is the true Day of Atonement, I mean, he just basically told me from this mirror. The same time with everything else. So I came with all that through this mirror, and I'm at Day of Atonement because he showed me with this moon on this timeline with the rapture and the waves that are to come. Now, you guys, another confirmation. Remember I showed you guys this picture that I had on the 4th of October at 4:11, and it came in that same minute as it also went. And here we have the flying horse, and we see the Lord's face and his kingdom, his throne, and the basically the rapture here, you guys, like the smaller ball of light going to him in the throne. And I saw in my vision here, remember I showed you guys, I looked into the mirror and I saw this as it would be behind me. And I saw the exact same cloud with this ball of light next to it, as it is here with the pictures he showed me. And guess what, you guys? This was on the 4:11. Could this be why everybody's seeing 4:11? Because this is just absolutely like, wow. I don't even know what to say to this anymore. I feel like this is truly the true Day of Atonement. Because the Lord is just constantly confirming me this. And again, my mother also had a dream a few days ago where she's constantly saying Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur, as if it hasn't happened yet. So now, crazy, this is all crazy, you guys, but this is all God's work. We're looking here, we're seeing a flying horse, right? On the 4th to the 5th, the moon is with Jupiter, like how it was in my vision. Right here, here's Jupiter, you guys. Here is Stellarium. The moon on that day is with Jupiter, and it's going into the flight of this flying horse in our Rapture flight on this day. So like, wow, right? I mean, this is all not a coincidence. Now, another confirmation, you guys. I don't have school, and I didn't even know this before, you guys. I had my last week of school this last week. Didn't even know. I don't have school again until the 4th of November. So, and to show you guys that I'm not making this up, here's my school plan. This is the same app. From those days, it shows you I have no more school until the 4th of November. This is the first day of school again because we have a fall break going on here in Germany. Now, before I go further, again, isn't it funny that the Lord showed me that on the school app and that He also showed me this on my school app? So He showed me this on my school app. Now, during this time period, also on my school app, I don't have school again until the 4th. Which this day confirms, it confirms this day. It confirms this because the moon is exactly going to look like that on this day. On this day, it's going to look exactly just like it. So, again, 4th 11. Here, again. So now we're going to keep on going. And I put this video in here now to show you guys because here are the 4 dreams. I am talking about school. As in like, I have to go to school. I have to go to school. With the snow and the hail, right? Like snow and hail was coming. And that the child was in the house already, where I saw again snow and he was in the house, and I just knew I had to go to school that day. So that again, I put that in here, you guys, so that you guys can see, like, now I understand why I kept saying I have to go to school. You guys, this is just absolutely amazing. This is confirming as to why I kept saying in my dreams, I have to get to school now. I never made it to school, you guys, okay? I never made it to school in any of those dreams, but I was surely saying it in those dreams. And you guys can see that I did because in this video. So that's why, guys, I'm putting the videos next to it so you guys can also look into those videos and see what I said. Now again, another confirmation, there was a blue butterfly in my video, you guys, okay? At the same time, I'm saying a butterfly in transformation.
And guys, so we get raptured, we're immediately in spirit, right? We're transformed like the butterfly, like how a butterfly transforms.
All right, you guys saw that on the right corner, right? We're gonna look at this again though now. Right here, I did a close-up and I slowed it down. You can clearly see that this is a blue butterfly in my video. You guys, the Lord is just definitely confirming left or right. I mean, this is God. This is God's work. I mean, this is absolutely wow. You guys, look, it's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. And it's blue in color. I mean, wow. So that was another confirmation. Now, we're going to add up to everything I have now. Trumpets could be October 25th, 26th. I mean, that would be a real sliver, you guys. Plus 10 days lands us to November 4th, 5th. I'm always adding 2 days because no one knows the day or hour, right? So I'm adding 2 days. Now we're on Day of Atonement. The moon's looking like this, like in my timeline I got from God. Yom Kippur, now we're looking at it as, could it be a Jubilee year, right? If this is a Jubilee year, wouldn't that be like the last Trump? So this is kind of all like lining up. Plus another 4 days until Tabernacles, maybe our doorway out, 4, right? Also landing on a blood moon, which is on November 8th and 9th. So this is just amazing, you guys. Now I'm showing you guys Dr. Barry. I just love Dr. Barry, I do. And here, if you guys go see this video, especially from him, here he's proving why this is a Jubilee year. So Day of Atonement, Jubilee year, could that be our last Trump? I really recommend you guys check him out. Like I said, my spirit is leading to who I'm watching, and he is amazing. Okay, you guys? Definitely check Dr. Barry out. Especially, I put him in here now to just show you guys. If you guys look in this video, he's proving as to why we could be in a Jubilee year. And as to why then Day of Atonement would basically be that last Trump, right? Around that time period. Now I got Pastor Sandy and of course Pastor Ben. Now we have him here. If you guys look out his video, again, these are recent videos, you guys, okay? He's saying here in these videos, and I have the channel here, you guys can see. Again, the Spirit is leading me to who I'm watching, and I'm being led to Pastor Sandy, Pastor Ben, Dr. Barry, Repo Man, 64, Aaron. I mean, there's more channels, Manchild Ministries, and there's more, but like I put these in here now because I just want to share with you guys now as to why this is all lining up, okay? Exactly. So here, Pastor Sandy is saying that the November 11th would actually be the true day of Noah's flood. And it's kind of funny because let's just a train of thought. And he's also saying that would be his true birthday. I believe on the Hebrew calendar. On the Gregorian, it would be October 26th. And here's the funny part, because let's just say we were to go during this eclipse, right? Which would actually start on the 25th of October. And the Lord told him he's not going to see his birthday, right? So wouldn't that be kind of funny if we were to go on the eclipse and Pastor Sandy wouldn't actually see his birthday on the 26th, right? I mean, that would be kind of like, wow. Or as if Pastor Sandy is saying his true birthday on the Hebrew calendar would be November 11th, which would be the day of the Noah's flood, which then would also confirm with how I'm seeing it that we should be going before that time, right? We should be going before that time because Noah actually was told 7 days before the flood happened ahead of time that the flood would happen 7 days later. And how I read it in scriptures, I truly believe that Noah was already in the ark before the flood came upon the earth. He was already days before in the ark before the flood actually happened. It's how I was reading the verse. That's how I'm interpreting the verses which would mean if we're in the ark before the flood happens, that would mean we would be already with God in his tabernacle, right? I mean, this is just all lining up. But like I said, those are train of thoughts now. I just had to put them in there because I just have to. So that was that. Now, seeing Tabernacles and Manchild Ministries also says Tabernacles would be November 8 and 9, the true Tabernacles, and he can explain it biblical, guys, okay? That is not my specialty, you guys. I'll be honest. Manchild Ministries can do a much, much better job on that and explaining that. And he understands it to 100%. And I really encourage you guys to go watch him, because he can explain it also biblically, and I can explain it through my dreams and visions. So now we're having this Tabernacles November 8th and 9th, the vision in Noah's flood. Now after Pastor Sandy, right? November 11th, after the blood moon. All right. Now my vision with the red and the witch. Could this equal, because this is screaming at me as in like bad times to come, right? Tribulation, red. Could this equal to Noah's flood November 11th, after the blood moon? Because the vision that I had the blood moon vision, which I believe is the blood moon, because I saw the moon in that orange tint and it was a vision. And then after that vision, I saw this redness. So that would line up with to after this blood moon, that this redness, this darkness is coming upon the earth, which would line up to Noah's flood, which would happen a few days after the blood moon. I mean, this would definitely line up, you guys. Now I have the timeline again, like a whole, like how I showed you guys from the beginning, based off of my dreams and visions and all the confirmations that I had, that we have the solar eclipse. Could this be the true day of trumpets, Feast of Trumpets, plus 10 days? We're landing on Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, Jubilee year maybe. Would be the last trump then, if that is so, plus another 4 days, maybe our doorway out before Tabernacles, because in my opinion now, and I'm saying opinion, through Psalms, we're giving sacrifices of joy in his tabernacle, in the secret of his tabernacle. So that is telling me now, this is telling me now that we should actually be already with the Lord before Tabernacle. But like I said, high watch, I believe we can go throughout till November 11th. But I truly believe we're going to be already with God when true tabernacles would start. And to me, this is just like so significant. And I put here this redness with the Noah's the flood, because this equals both in my eyes. And like I said, I mean, here's 10 and 4. We have 14. The Lord also put this 14 here out for me big time. And this is 14 days. And you guys, this is just lining up. I don't know how you guys see this now. It was really funny because I actually thought I was going to be done now here after this timeline. And then like the Lord was like, no, you are not done yet. You still have to add more. And I'm like, okay, right? And so now I'm adding more because everything's just lining up. Everything's lining up, you guys. Now, before we dive into Stellarium, I actually have new pictures that I had on the 12th of October at 4:37 p.m. I'll also post them on my community wall for you guys to have, as well as with the date on it. I don't have them in here now with the date, but that is the date, and I will post them on the community wall with the date on them, so that you guys can see that this was on to 12th of October at that time. I made a picture, you guys, and you guys see this? You guys see this? Here we have the gate. Here we have a snake. We have a snake. Here we have this pot of water coming out, as in like the flood, Noah's flood coming out. Here's the snake. I'm not sure yet to 100% what this is, you guys, but this to me looks like a flying fish, but has 2 legs as well. It looks like it has wings, like it's flying. Here is a rainbow part. Here's the rainbow. And here we have like an eagle, like this lion, bobcat looking lynx thing. This looks like a dog. This looks like a man's face. And I know it's very hard to see this and hear, but this is all pointing to what I want to share now with you guys in Stellarium, because those are like constellations that find themselves in the time period that this is all supposed to happen. And I mean, we can clearly see this is a snake. Here's his eyeball, and he's looking onto this gate. This is this is that. Now, before I go further, I want to share with you guys a dream that I had. And I also waited on telling it to you guys before I made the video because it lines up. I had this picture, and then the next day, no, sorry, on the same night, so on October 12th, on that night, I had a dream. And the Lord came, but he came as like one of the teachers I had, one of the man teachers. It was a male teacher. And he came looking like him, but I knew directly that it was God. And he was grading me as an, because actually really funny, I had a test on that Friday. So the next day, like I had a test, you guys. But the Lord came to me like before this test on that night. So the day after I would have this test, and he came to me as if like a teacher, and he was like grading me, and he opened up the paper, and there were like smaller parts. But like I said, because my job is to make plans with buildings and stuff, so he came to me and he showed me in the dream. He showed me this right here. It was a gate, you guys. It was an open gate with these two pillars looking part of it. But he looked at it as if it was like drawn from AutoCAD because that's what I'm working with. And he pointed to the gate, you guys, and he told me, you did a really good job on this. And he was pointing to that gate, and then the dream was over. Like I said, I made this picture. And on the same night, I had that dream, and on the next day, I had a test for school. So, wanted to share that with you guys because the Lord definitely confirmed this picture with that dream. So, this is the gate. I believe this is the gate to God, this open door that His Philadelphia church has. And the snake is like looking at it because it wants to destroy it. And this flying fish is here with the throne of God, because here's the rainbow part, right? And here we having this pot of water, and this water's just coming out. It's just like as in Noah's flood. And it's just so significant because if we look here it's bigger for you guys to see. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. There's probably more in the picture that I haven't figured out yet, but this is how far I am now with it. And we can see in Stellarium that all these are actually constellations that are close to each other at the same spot at the same time. So again, another confirmation, but I'm going to show that to you guys with Stellarium as to why, and especially these figures right here. Because I think this looks like a lynx, like a bobcat. This looks like a dog kind of to me, like an eagle. And this looks like a man's face. But here now I made the video for Stellarium that I'm going to go now through with you guys. So now we're in Stellarium, and I just wanted to show you guys just a run through from the 25th of October to let's just say about the 11th of November. And I'm saying this just to show you guys the beginning of the solar eclipse that we're going to have. And going through that timeline period that I showed you guys now, as well with that last picture that I showed you guys now, and how this kind of relates to the constellations here now in Stellarium, also around the same time period that we're looking at. So here we are on the 25th, okay, of October. As you guys can see, we are here with the solar eclipse. And it's in the woman. It's still in the woman, which would make sense because that's where it. That was the beginning of everything, right? Through the Virgin, Christ was born. So here we have this, and I just think it's kind of funny how Mercury's right next to like the wheat, as in like the harvest, and then this does look like a wedding ring, as in like Venus could be our diamond ring, and like when a solar eclipse happens, it does look like a ring, right? So I thought that was interesting that I wanted to share. I know I did say this in other videos too, but that was just kind of like like a retouch on that. And at this point, she like already gave birth, right? So because everything's like below her. Now, when we are going, because like I said, that would be like the solar eclipse. Now, if we go to Day of Atonement, which would be 10 days later, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Day of Atonement. Like I said, if we're looking at like as it as like Feast of Trumpets, I always add then 25th, 26th. So the 4th or like the 5th, right? But it equals itself out when we do that. If I start at the 26th, plus 10 days would be the 5th. If I start at the 25th, add 10 days, it would be then the 4th, right? Now, what I want to point out, I'm going to stay though on the 4th now, okay? What I want to point out here now with you guys is you can clearly see we are out of the woman because the sun, as you guys can see, the sun is after this star, which is the last star that would pertain to the woman, okay? So if we play around just a little bit now with the time, are we still in the 4th? Okay, like just a few hours. That's just to show you guys with what I mean. Exactly. Okay, so we can clearly see that the sun is like after this star, okay? So we're not in the woman now anymore during this time period. That means we are now in Libra, which are the scales. And what do we think of when we think of when we see this? We think of scales being like a balance of justice, right? I think of the law, like justice and judgment, okay? So it would make sense if this would be the true Day of Atonement, because the sun would be in this constellation, which would make more sense as to why it would be then the true Day of Atonement. I don't know about you guys, that's just how I see it. Because this is in the sky and we are looking through God's story, which is in the sky. I mean, this is God's story. He's the one that placed the stars in the right order, right? So it would make sense that Day of Atonement, the true Day of Atonement, would be around the scales, because it would mean justice and or judgment, right? It's like balancing itself out, like the scales. So really wanted to point that out. Now, what I wanted to point out also with that, we're looking at the 4th. If we, like I said, which I also showed you guys, if we are in a Jubilee year, like the last Trump would go into this time period, then that's just another interesting fact I wanted to point out there, if it is so, right? And now after this, okay, so this is what's happening with the sun. So we're officially in scales, like justice or judgment, right? Now we're gonna look at where the moon is at, which I also find interesting because I have my Jupiter here, like I saw with my picture that I showed you guys, where the Lord's face is on it, and there's a rainbow on the cloud, and we're seeing all these things, and we're seeing a horse with wings, right? Okay, so guys, here's the moon on that day, and it's on flight. It's on flight with the flying horse on this day. If we play a little bit with the hours, okay, I'm just playing on with the hours now. But I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, hold on. But it's just that we see that on this day, on the 4th of 11th, that this moon that looks like it should be on the Day of Atonement is perfectly lined up. It's by Jupiter. Just like how the dreams and visions and all these confirmations I'm getting from the Lord. It just had to be around this area with the flying horse and the fish that goes into the rapture flight. So on the true Day of Atonement, which I believe it is so, you guys, through the visions and dreams that the Lord has given me, would be right here in the scales time period, as long as with, I want to share now a dream that my mother had. She had like a 12-year-old boy with her, and she kept repeating herself to, not to herself, but repeating herself to this boy, and she kept saying Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur, like over and over and over and over. And she had this, you guys, like 2 days ago, which would make this now like the 14th at the night during the 14th of October. And she just kept saying Yom Kippur. So that was like another big confirmation to all of us that I just wanted to like state out, because that's just very important, you guys. And like I said, my mother is German, and so like she thought she was saying Yom Kippur, but like it's Yom Kippur. Like she was actually saying Yom Kippur, so like that should be like a double confirmation, as in like my mother would have not known this. So for her to be saying Yom Kippur over and over and over, that's like such a big confirmation, you guys. Now, when we're looking at it a little bit more, let's just go now into, like I said, in the 5th, it's just gonna get closer to judgment, right? We keep going now to the 8th. Here we saw that Mercury is like also in the sun, so I thought that was interesting, because we're gonna have a blood moon around the 8th and the 9th of November. Like I said, it would be around this area then too. But like I said, I'm not like an expert now on stellarium. I'm pretty sure there's a function that you guys can see that the moon will be like blood red. I'm not that far yet, you guys. Just something to state out though, that like during the 8th, let's just say the 9th. I mean, we're definitely then, the moon is in Taurus, between Taurus and Aries at some point, right? Which is really interesting, because Aries, if this is like the true day of Feast of Tabernacles, and if we play a little bit around with the hours again now, you guys, oh boy, where am I at? I mean, the moon would be like in Aries, and I mean, like, let's just say Feast of Tabernacles is like the birthday of the Lord, and like that would be like wow, right? But that's just a train of thought. I just wanted to show you guys now where the moon would be at on the day of where it should be a blood moon. And now going into the 11th, because like you guys saw, if we're looking at the blood, the flood of Noah, we keep on going further. Okay, the 11th, I mean, we're like definitely in the scales, you guys. Like this is just like, we're all in here, okay? Like as in like big time judgment coming now onto the earth, right? So, again, I just really thought that was just like really interesting. And again, like here, the moon on the 11th is literally right like above Mars. I don't know if that has a significance, you guys. I really don't, but it's just something to kind of like look at, right? That's pretty interesting. Okay, so now what I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm gonna go back now. I'm gonna go back now to the 4th. Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna go back here now a little bit. Let's just play with the hours. Oh boy, you guys. I'm like non-expert on this, but alrighty. With the picture that I showed you guys, like, I think it's just interesting. Like, we have this same pot. Like, the Lord showed me in the sky, on the pictures I showed you, like, the same pot with this water pouring out. I mean, you guys, look at it. It's like the same pot. I don't even know what to say. Okay, let's just say that I just wanted to mention that out on the 3rd. But the moon is not far away from this. And now I just really want to show you guys, because on the picture, like, it looks like a gateway to me. And I did have a dream, and I believe the Lord confirmed it to me in that dream, that on the picture, that was supposed to be a gateway, but like I already told you guys. So and now I'm looking at Stellarium, and we have like in the picture, what if now, okay, Gemini twins, because there's like two, yeah, what if the gate represented the Gemini twins, because there's two, right, like two stands. And here you have that same snake. You have that same snake that's in the picture. You have here you have this man. Here you have like this bobcat lynx looking creature, like how in the picture that I pointed out. Here you have dogs. Here you have another dog that looks like in the picture. Here's my raven, you guys. I mean, it just keeps on getting like more and more like revealed, you know. So then again, that little person in the picture, I don't know if that's a fish. I think it's a flying fish. But if we look a little bit closer, I mean, it also could look like this person here, right? Like this one person here. As in, like, this would be like our rapture, right? And we have it here, like, with the hunter. But, oh, here we go. You guys see that? Soldiers for Christ. Pastor Sanity. Was I gonna say? Yeah, here we have that around here. And I just kind of think it's funny how this picture is just like pointing like to this area. It's just pointing like to this area of the sky. As long with, if we're looking here, it also does here as well because of the water pot. So I'm not like all the way through there yet with that. Here's that eagle. Okay, so like we're looking at here, and we're looking simultaneously like at this area because of what I saw on my picture. But that is just that's how far I am at that. So, and that is basically what I wanted to share with you guys, like on Stellarium. Alright, so that was that. Now, yeah, exactly. So that was the end of it. I'm gonna go back. That was pretty dark. I didn't know this was the last slide. But like I said, this would be basically what I wanted to share with you guys. I know this video is long, but definitely needed to be done. And everything's lining up, and this is, like I said, I'm not setting any dates or anything like that. I'm saying this is a very, very high rapture, a watch for the rapture. Just based off the dreams and visions that the Lord has given me, as long as with the video that Manshot Ministries did, where he's decoding, where he decoded my visions, and that this is all happening in the sky around this time period, you guys. And if this is actually so how it is, I mean, that's pretty significant, you guys, because it's just, everything is just leading up to this time period. As in, I'm gonna go back now, as in this timeline right here. So everything's just basically lining up, I believe, how it should be. I believe we were a month off. This just definitely makes sense. And like I said, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. And I'll see you guys the next time. Alrighty, bye.